Hello, my friends. How you doing? It's Stephen here from Big Daddy. Hope you're all well. Welcome to another Tea with Steve Live, the Heart Brand Sessions. I am super excited. I've just been talking with my guests backstage, if you like. It's literally backstage because that's the vibe you've got to get into with my guests, because I'll explain all in a minute. I'm sure you've seen the promo and PR that's going around. You'll get the backstage bit in a minute. So today is all about understanding this gentleman's journey. I'm very excited. We've got a lot in common. We met a couple of years ago. He's joined Tea with Steve. There's so many synchronicities, if that's even the right word for it, that gel us together. And like we just said, we've not seen each other for 8, 9, probably 10 months. Actually, no. Where are we? Last October, so it's 11 months now. I'm not going to hold the suspense out any longer because I feel like I'm dragging it out now. So I'd like to introduce my good friend and guest, Buddy Ash. How you doing, my friend?
Stephen, I'm very well, and suspense is a good thing.
I drew that out then. I was like, oh.
I'm loving that. No, I'm very well. Thanks very much, and thanks for talking to us.
Mate, it's a pleasure. I really want to dive into what your journey's been about, learn more about you. I mean, you've been doing so much since COVID. We've actually not seen a lot of each other. For me, it's like touching base with my brother. We haven't spoken months. How you doing, pal? And what you've been up to. And so tell everyone here a bit about yourself, your business, what you're doing, what you've been doing, how life is, and then we'll dive into some other stuff.
Sure. Well, look, thanks again. And for anybody in Tea with Steve or otherwise, really, who hasn't met me yet, my name's Ash, and Buddy, aka Buddy. The Buddy thing comes from I love Buddy Holly. If you know me, that's no secret. And there was a time, Stephen, you might remember this. Obviously, I was a police officer like yourself, when security really shot up. And if you had a Facebook account, you had to change it. You couldn't just be your first name, your last name. And I tried to change it to Buddy Cash, after Buddy Holly and Johnny Cash. Left the C off, and it was just Ash. So Buddy Ash. And for about 8 years now, that's just stuck. So
that's what I know you are.
It's born from. Just changing it, and there it is. So look, very briefly, I was a police officer, as you know. I did 12 years in an outer London borough. Just got on with it, really. Was never really my calling, but I didn't hate it nonetheless. But in the last 2 or 3 years of my service, something just clicked in here, and I went from not loving doing this to hating it. And that's not a criticism of the police, of the role. Great thing to do, but you got that voice screaming at you, this isn't right, I shouldn't be doing this, and I'd rather have done anything than go into work. And without going off topic at all, I'd say to anybody, if you're that unhappy doing anything, whatever it is, explore it, look at some ideas, look at some options, and do something. So I took the brave step of embarking on a career break and very quickly resigning thereafter. And you get the natural and understandable, don't do that, what you're doing, you're crazy, job security, are you mad, your pension, your future, your family, and it's all understandable. But I'd always been a passionate musician and entertainer, bit of a a showman. I know it's a cheesy expression, and
no, it's not.
And I thought, no, I've got to do this. I've got to do it, and really threw myself into improving. And I put a plan in place about 2 years before I resigned. I took a really, I won't use job talk, but questionable acting up role that was never going to win me any friends, but literally banked every single penny of that. Banked every penny, bought new equipment, signed up with various agencies and obtained memberships to things, built a website, got some collateral, and that was a real teeth gritting couple of years, but I knew what was coming at the end of it. So with immense pride, and not a criticism of the service at all, purely personal choice, had much pleasure in literally throwing my warrant card in, handing back the uniform, thank you very much indeed, and embarked into a career in entertainment. And that took a bit of a positive spin through various programs and schemes that I signed up to. I happened across your good self and a number of other, again, really fantastic, inspirational people, and formally started my company. Is it hard sell? That Buddy's Beats.
Mate, go for the hard sell. This is your time, so we can get as much branding in as you like, because I know that there's a good story coming.
That's awesome. That's what it says there. Buddy's Beats. And so what I really do is I've taken my love and my inspiration for performing. You know, whether that's at a wedding, whether it's at wakes, you know, life celebrations, festivals, revivals. And I've taken that into a confidence coaching business, if you like.
Yeah.
So what I do now is I inspire and tutor other people on a one-to-one or as a group basis, not only to learn an instrument or learn to sing, but to specifically learn a song, you know, family favorite, party piece, special, song that reminds you of something, and not only learn it, but perform it. You know, it doesn't stop at these are the chords. We'll go over it 6,000 times, which is nothing wrong with, but we go that step further. What's the occasion? What's the event? Who's coming? Okay, I'll work with you, and we'll perform it. And the idea is, it's taking somebody. Experience is welcome, but it's taking somebody with no experience at all. They've always maybe liked the idea of wowing an audience, having the spotlight on them, getting that hit of adrenaline, but the idea just terrifies them. It's never entered onto their radar before, never entered into their map. And I work with them on a one-to-one basis to learn that song, smash that song, break down real confidence issues, stage fright, so they can get out there and give the performance of their life, really. And I think that the product is applause, them really ticking something off the bucket list. It's an amazing achievement, and just installing memories in people's lives. Oh, you know, do you remember that time Uncle Stephen or Uncle Ash surprised us all? The curtain went up. There he is with the guitar, and that's the product. Really, it's just trying to give people my love for the experience of getting on stage and smashing it.
Right, I'm gonna throw this out there now, because I know there's people watching who will get what I'm saying. So I'm hoping, all being well, in the future we're going to plan an event, okay, around what we do as Big Daddy with the Heart Brand Academy T with Steve. I was speaking to Nat about this last week. I have a signature tune, okay, with everybody that it's not about me. It's about what they can be. Okay, it's super cheesy, but it's one of my favorite songs of all time. Right. So I want to get to a point. We need to work together on something, because we mentioned something earlier as well about mental health, and I want to touch on that in a bit, because there's just so many doors opening right now. It's like, okay, which door, which key? But there's something I would love to do with you, okay? And I've just in the comments, and Nat's just put good grief, because she knows what's coming, okay? And I'll put it out there, right? I want to do this event, right? I want to do this event, right? And it's there's a for me, there's a signature song that everybody would resonate with when they identify their heart brand. And I want to get everybody in the room, and I'm talking a big room, you know, we're talking a few hundred in there as a first event. And I want to get everybody on stage, and I think we could do it together. You can teach me how to play and sing this song. It's the one and only by Chesney Hawkes.
It does what it says on the tin, though, doesn't it?
It does.
It's a great song.
It is. It's an amazing song. And I remember when I was a kid at school, right? Yeah. And I remember watching the Buddy Holly film, and Chesney Hawkes was in it, and I was just like, oh. And then literally every time, if we're having a conversation, me and Nat, and we're doing some work and this, that, and the other, and especially if we're doing a Zoom, okay, and she's like, oh, I find it on YouTube, and then whack it up and just go, I am, just to break the ice, or just to get her smiling or whatever. Yeah. But I think,
and everyone knows it. Everyone knows that song as well. It's
everyone knows it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my Uncle Steve song.
Let's do it. Definitely.
Awesome.
And that's a mass sing-along as well. People will get involved.
Everyone can sing along. That'll be like the event's signature tune, because I think if you find your heart brand, you find your one and only.
Yeah. Couldn't put it better than that. 100%.
But my
Yeah.
friend, you've been doing some forgetting that for a minute. You've been doing some amazing stuff over this, shall we say, unprecedented times. Let's just get that phrase in there because everyone hates it. Tell us what you've been doing, because I loved the 9 o'clock show. It started there, and I love that.
I, as part of the Buddies Beats, my the business, I started a Facebook group, just a community, really, where delegates from the courses that I run can just hang out, exchange ideas, have a chat. I'm struggling with this. What do you think of that? And it's just a positive, relaxing environment. And I think it was literally the day, I think, that Boris announced this is it now, lockdown, it's happening. I literally opened that group up, invited literally as many people as I could, put it out in various forums, for sale sites, community groups, and just said, look, 9 o'clock every evening, I'm going to go live in this group with some live music, sometimes one song, sometimes two songs, just a little bit of respite. 5 minutes for, kids welcome, but 5 minutes for mum and dad, parent, guardian, grandparents, we're homeschooling, whatever it is, just a bit of respite. Tune in, let us know what you want to hear. And that genuinely grew. I mean, we had about 50 to 60 members in the group, really appreciated. And overnight it grew, 50 to another 50 to another 50. And we were just approaching about 800 members now, or something like that. And it's literally, it does what it says on the tin. It's fun. Tune in. And I did a weekly, what's called a Rock Down, which was a slightly longer live show. I got the lights down, put some disco music up, disco lights on, and we had a bit of fun. And my wife, my darling wife Lindsay, maybe against her will to start with, I got her involved, and she did some songs. But I've absolutely loved and been inspired by seeing her confidence grow. I mean, she now, spouse bias, of course, but she smashed it, and her confidence is really there. And it's become a little bit of a reunion type thing once a week. Ash and Lindsay, what they're going to sing tonight. And then we started celebrating birthdays and anniversaries and getting your requests in. And as I know you're a very big fan of, it's just this community, this family, in a way, close friends, and it's just grown. And a couple of things that I'm very proud that we've been able to do was we raised, the figure escapes me off the top of my head, around about £700 ish or thereabouts for the NHS trust. We were doing this weekly clap for the NHS, which was fab. But I thought, no, we can raise a few quid here. So I sort of did a full-on impersonator show, Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley, all that kind of that era, that type of music, fun, sing along. And we raised quite a lot of money for them. And again, as we'll maybe speak about in a moment, we did another fundraiser for Mind. Mind in Harrow, mental health charity. And again, we raised just shy of about £1,000 for those. Again, the same kind of thing, really, bit of fun. And it's been brilliant. We've been able to turn something that's, like you've said, unprecedented, different. We've been able to turn that into something positive, have fun, build a community, have a laugh while doing it, and raise a few quid for a couple of brilliant charities. So, mate, it's been different, but we've been busy.
It's been lovely. It's been lovely to see, and it's been what's the word? Heartwarming. It's very heartfelt. It's come from here, and you can see why you're doing it, how you're doing it. I love when I just, when I've forgotten about it, and I open my Facebook and it pops up there, and there's you and your wife, and I'm just like, you know what? You are that. You are absolutely that. You're no different when you meet you in person. I'm going to blow some smoke up your backside for a minute, because I love what you're doing. I'm very grateful to have you as a friend. And I'm also, I like the fact that you are you in real life, you are you online, and you talk about community, and you can, what I want people to know in Tea with Steve is that you came into Tea with Steve, okay? You've driven up to Norfolk and hung out with us on training courses.
That's
No,
right.
we've come down to London and hung out with you and
Yeah,
had lunch
yeah.
stuff with Jason, and then you're like, okay, I've got to do my own thing. And it's okay. I want people to be aware that they don't have to come in Tea with Steve 24/7 and be there and show up. They come in there when it's time for them. And you've done exactly that. You've come in there, it's time for you. You've then gone off and you've done your own thing. And then you came into Tea with Steve last week. The first thing you did was jump on a video, and introduce and said hi. And this is what I've been doing. And it's like I said to you, earlier, it's like having a brother. It's like for everything for me, Tea with Steve's family members. I don't speak to my brother from, I think I spoke to my eldest brother at my youngest brother's wedding 2.5 years ago. But then I can always pick up the phone and I can always check in with him and he can check in with me. Right. Same with my sister. I don't see her from one year to the next, but all of a sudden I'll get a message. And for me, the Tea with Steve community and any community that anyone's building through social or online or offline should be allowed to be like that.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And it's like with my group, there were the people who showed up loyally, almost religiously every night, 9 o'clock. This is what we're doing. Then, other things happen, things change, and you don't see them for 2 to 3 months, and then all of a sudden you're doing a Saturday live, bang, and then they are again, and they've bought a friend or two. It's one of those things, and that's exactly like you said with Tea with Steve. I mean, I joined the group, I think maybe before meeting you. No, I think I'd seen you the once potentially. I think.
Yeah, I think I was delivering on a training day.
That's right. That's right. And I joined the group, and I hit the ground running. I love vlogging and doing videos. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's what I happen to like doing. And it's a great group because with Tea with Steve, you post a question, you ask a question, you post a video, you give some advice, you ask for some advice, you get it. But similarly, exactly like you just said, it's always there. It's always there. You don't. I mean, I probably 5-6 months ish maybe before I put any content into the group. But then, like you said, I popped that video in there, and it's just kind of like never been away. In a sense, the first couple of comments, oh, there he is, oh, nice to see you again. And it's exactly like you've said, it's there. Input as much as you want, don't dip in and out. It's like, I don't, the group isn't going anywhere. It's there for you, and it's give or take as much as you like. And that's the good thing. It's not a hard selling thing. It's not, it's just, look, here's a group, put in what you want.
It's put in what you want and get. But I would always suggest to people, if you give something, just throw something in there, have a conversation, ask the question. And when I say give, it's like ask that question because there'll be other people around you who maybe have got a similar question, are too afraid to ask that question for, I'm going to look stupid. But when you're asking the question, you're giving something to the community, you're opening that conversation up, someone will reply, usually myself, or depending on what the subject matter is. If it's social and digital, it's always going to be me. But other people will jump on. I remember seeing a thread about apps and this, that, and the other. And then before I even got a chance to it, it was like bang, 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 bang. I was like, I just put the bottom. Yeah, what they said. Because although the group is ultimately my group, it's a community. It's a place where people can come, be safe, and test and try things. So, what would your advice be to people who are considering coming into Tea with Steve or are lurking and stalking, as I say, because 80% of the internet literally just sits on the side and just watches like some ghoul from Harry Potter.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And I would say, look, it is what it is. The group is there. I mean, I'm personally not afraid, and that's not boastful. It's just because I've always done it. I'm not afraid to. I think expression either you and or Gary V have said, shoot myself in the face with the phone. Yep. I'm happy to do that. It's fine.
All the time.
Yeah. But some people aren't. So don't, type a post, comment on somebody else's video, start there, just give a little like or a reaction or just watch. I mean, I'd always encourage people to get involved with anything, but no pressure to do that. Absorb the content. I mean, this is, I don't want to take anything off topic, but TikTok and following your advice, I really got on that. And what you'll find is a lot of people will comment on my content or other people's content, like it, share it, but you actually click onto their profile just to check them out, and there's no content at all. So I think it's testament to, like you said, a lot of people, they just want to watch, they want to absorb, they want to learn, they want to enjoy. And sooner or later, with a group the size of Tea with Steve, someone is going to be buzzed by something. There'll be a question that's posed or a topic that's arisen, and it will just pique someone's interest. So I'll just say, always keep one eye on the group, and whatever you decide to post in there, something that's professionally done, shaky video, an unsure comment, it's just going to be met with so much positivity and encouragement. It may be easier said than done, but I say never be put off just creating a post of some description. It's going to go down so well. As I try to encourage people in my group, send us something in, send us in a song, a poem, tell a joke, film yourself doing something. And that's nerve-wracking, but it's a safe place where you are going to get amazing encouragement and praise for just having a go. So, give or take as much as you like, but know that it's perfectly safe.
Now, you said you didn't want to go off topic, but I'm going to take you off topic because you have embraced video, through, I suppose really just jumping in the challenges that we've run over the last 2 years. You've embraced video. You mentioned about TikTok. Now, I see a place for you, and you took it. And tell us about what happened on TikTok.
TikTok is one of those. I love it. First of all, I love it. It's a strange platform, and my attitude with it, as I imagine a lot of other people's, is this is that thing where kids do silly dances and trends and crazes. It's not for me. And on the surface of it, that's very much a demographic at the minute, but it's changing. And I'm not a spokesperson for TikTok here, just my own experience. It's changing. The demographic, the age category is going up. You're seeing a lot more professionals, tutors, musicians, entrepreneurs on there with a really clear niche, and they will just post and post and post and post. And initially they'll get some criticism and who are you and what, and all that. But I've seen accounts skyrocket. And I love it. I posted one video. This was probably knocking on a year ago. And after getting the usual 10, 20 views, handful of likes, got 100,000 something views, followers just stacking up, upwards like that. And it was crazy. It didn't even make any sense. It wasn't particularly funny, wasn't particularly insightful, didn't really give any real value. But at the same time, I was me, played a song, little bit cheeky, a little bit
Which
funny.
one was it?
Loosely connected to some of the things I'm sure we'll talk about. It is songs not to play in a mental institution. Pure tongue in cheek. I express that, no disrespect intended.
No,
Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity.
Virtual Insanity.
It's a lovely piano riff. It's a great one. People recognize it, and it just sort of took off. And then I would say 1 in every 10 videos that I post, and they don't follow a pattern. The content isn't fantastic. I would never signpost people to TikTok to check out Buddy's beats. Not at all. But you can be you on there. You can be a bit fun. You can be a bit light-hearted, provided you're not offending anybody. It grows. It's a strange old platform, and it's got as many people on there as LinkedIn. It's
nuts, isn't it? That's the thing.
Bizarre.
In the fact that LinkedIn's been around for years, TikTok's been around for a couple of years. Obviously, it was Musical.ly beforehand, but
that's right.
It's, and I remember doing stupid videos with Summer on a Wednesday night when we go out for dinner, and and she shoot this video was singing in the car and then post it. I'm like, what is the point? And I get the whole thing around TikTok. I've not let into it. I've done about half a dozen videos. I can see the value, but I think for all the people that are watching, listening, is you pick the platform where you can invest your time wisely.
Oh yeah.
That for me, that's your 80%, and your 20% is going and trying other things. So we're moving. I love live. I love live video. It works for me. I like delivering on live. So I know that Facebook and Instagram are always going to be good places for me. Yeah. And then when I get the option to do LinkedIn live, I will be straight there and go with, but very similar content. I'm not going to dilute what I do just for the platform. I'll make it contextual for the platform, and that's what I want people to consider. I would love to. I know what I want to use TikTok for. At the moment, I don't have the resource. For me, it would be 15, 30, 60-second sort of educational tips. And throwing them in. I've got loads of it. I just haven't got the resource to chop it all up. I need to outsource that. So it's on the list. But I would imagine it will be when I'm ready to do it. It will be, I'll do it from now, and then we'll worry about the stuff previously. We'll pull that in over time, but it'll be from now, because going back and trawling through content, although we save it, is a ball ache.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really is.
So. So for you building your brand, you've been building, the brand of you and Buddy's Beats now over the last few years. What have been your key things for building that brand, my friend?
The key things really have just been embracing yourself, and again, when you're in the police or the service, or I would suggest the majority of conventional employment, really, you can bring a certain amount of you to the role to a degree. Communication is key, of course. But when you realize, and I threw myself in the deep end, that Batman analogy, the safety jump when he's trying to get out of Bane's, wherever it is. If the safety harness is there, you'll throw yourself at it 75%, because it doesn't have to work ultimately. So I threw myself at it and just realized that I can be me, and unless I've misread the world, which is an option, I think generally speaking, I don't tend to rub people up the wrong way, and people like me, I think I'd seem to be able to build a rapport and a trust with most people, and it's really the power of being me, and embracing imperfections. I mean, a little trade secret here, and if you enter it onto a pro, this wouldn't be the case, but when I'm performing, like the amount of lyrics and things that I will forget or make up or strike a wrong chord, but the reality is you've been so magically you and got everybody on your side, and they're rallying to you, they want a good time, they're supporting you. It doesn't really matter. They don't care, and you can actually have a room full of people thinking, oh, is that the lyric? I've been singing it wrong all these years. You can kind of create that energy. So just be you, just be you, just be you. I think if you're struggling with something, be honest about it. And I know yourself, Stephen, you've posted over the past some really honest, vulnerable content and videos, and it just makes you human. And what I've learnt about is that, again, it's that expression, but it's so true. People buy from people. They do. I mean, would I get lessons from somebody with regards to anything who's has a $1 million marketing budget, a fantastic facade, flashy logo, or would I speak to my next door neighbor who's down the end of his garden 12 hours a day, honing their craft, practicing, and I like them? I'd probably go to person B. I mean, that might just be me, but again, just be yourself, be authentic, embrace your mistakes, be human, don't be afraid to get it wrong, be honest, and just be as enthusiastic as hell about what you do. And
I love it.
That's what I'm really working with at the minute, and it's, touch wood, it's working. Just keep at it.
My friend, it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm so pleased that you're able to come on today and share that with us.
Thank you.
Where can everyone find more about you? Obviously, we put the Buddy's Beats Facebook page in the chat, but where else would you like people to connect with you? Sure.
I mean, really, come and join our community, Buddy's Place. That is a Facebook group, Buddy's Place. There's going to have to be a bit of rethinking around that. And I don't want to state any facts that aren't correct. So if I'm wrong, for any virtual police out here, this is an apology. Facebook from the 1st of October are really going to start, I've heard, not looking favorably upon live music on Facebook, full stop. So watch out for links dropped in there with regards to Twitch or other streaming platforms. But certainly I'd love to see you in Buddy's Place, because even when the live music has to stop, I'm sure we will still find a way to entertain you. Check us out again at buddysbeats.com. And of course, where are we? At Buddies Beats UK on Twitter, Buddies Beats on TikTok. Do you know what? If you can remember Buddies Beats, you
You'll
can
be
find me
fine.
in most places, basically.
My
Buddies
friend,
Beats, Buddies Place, the group, Buddies Beats, everything else.
mate, it's been an absolutely fantastic interview. I couldn't say it better. Jason Moody there. We've had some great comments. Mate, there's been tons of value.
Jason.
I want to thank you ever so much for coming on. And we're running Vlogtober in October. And as you are a pioneer of the shoot yourself in the face video, I would love to see you in there. But I appreciate you've got your own stuff going on too. But if you want to come in and do a cameo at the very least.
Yeah, 100%.
I
can't believe it was a couple of years since. Yeah, we did the last one. I think. Yeah, 100%. Look out for me.
We will, my friend. Right, you take care, and I'll speak to you soon.
Stephen and everybody, you're all legends. Thanks for your time. Have a great day, Stephen. I'll see you very soon.
You will. Take care, my friend. See you soon.
Take care, mate. Bye-bye.